Hello everybody, it's Rick. It is October 16th, 2022. It is a Sunday. Okay, if you need to reach me, here we go. Let me move my mug out of the way here. Here we go. Okay, you can reach me at any one of these email addresses. Okay, I provide paperwork to challenge child support, Title 4D child support in exchange for a gift. Okay, for a gift, I will send you paperwork you need to submit to contest jurisdiction. Okay, I'm not a lawyer and I cannot give legal advice. Alright, so today I'm gonna show you irrefutable proof Title 4D child support court is a fraud. And well, we'll get back to it. All right, I'm going to provide a copy of a Ohio Department of Job and Family Services 4D contract that one of my old guys, one of my first success stories he got for me and provided to me. And it's proof that, remember, I've always told you guys, if you listen to my old videos, I always told you that the whole proceedings is a show. They're renting out the whole courtroom. Okay? Everybody there is a contractor. They're all contracted under Title 4D. So if you have, let's say you have a judge there. That judge is contracted as a Title 4D contractor. The sheriff, court officer, the muscle with the gun is a contractor. Okay, everybody in there is being paid by Title 4D. They're being paid by Social Security, basically. Title 4D is under the Social Security Act. Okay, all that money is being pillaged. Every state is pillaging billions of dollars out of the Social Security. It's nothing but a fraud. Okay, but I'll get back to that. Let me start off with Hold on, I'll get to it. Okay, the guy he had a win in court. Okay. Tyree, who goes under the name of Mike Mills. But anyway, he had a win in court. He wanted everybody to know. Okay, what do you say here? Let me see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Yeah, I couldn't find it. Here it is. Just wanted to let you know I scored a victory with your paperwork. Also wanted to tell you thank you so much. The child support agency was trying to make me pay for a child that was not mine. But I followed your instructions and directions, and now the victory once again. Thanks for everything. Yeah, they're not, these people, they're all about money. They do not care if that child is yours or not. I've even heard stories where somebody would go to their own lab and have the DNA test, and they would come up, they're negative, but then the agency, or whatever, the company the state uses, they come up positive. They don't care. They just want you to pay. They see you as somebody that they can get money from. It's unbelievable, these people. They are unbelievable. Okay, but anyway, here, order to dismiss. Okay. It is ordered that the complaint is dismissed without prejudice because the complaint was filed by not him, but by this person here. This woman. I'm trying not to use person. Without prejudice, because Tyree Miller has been judicially excluded as the father. Okay, so there you go. That's good enough. All right, this shows you that my paperwork does work. Okay. All right, so we don't need this anymore. All right. All right, so you see down here. Well, we'll go right over here. All right. Let me. This is right here. Coshocton County Child Support Enforcement. Now, by the way, what I'm showing you here, every child support court, I guarantee you, has the same thing. This would not be different. I guarantee you, it's identical to every court in the United States that holds child support enforcement. Okay, this one here is for magistrate services in the Court of Common Pleas Juvenile Division in Ohio. Okay, it's a 4D contract. Now look, this is my favorite. Hold on. Oh, here's the famous company. Maximus is the company that runs 4D in the United States. Okay. The billing year is January 1st through 31st, 2022, one calendar year. Okay. Hold on, I'll find it. Here we go. Total 4D contract. This contract cost $120,000, $237.29. So, this court, the state or whatever, this county, they had to pay for this contract. All right, but don't worry, the returns are, it's a good investment. If they all the men that they bamboozle, that they scare into showing up. Because remember, guys and girls, they need your consent. Okay, they need your consent. They need your consent, as we can see right here in the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act. This is the same in every state. Okay? Basis for jurisdiction over non-resident. Okay. Proceeding to establish or enforce a support order or to determine parentage of a child. A tribunal of this state may exercise personal jurisdiction over a non-resident, which you're going to say, I'm not a non-resident, individual's guardian, whatever, let's forget about this nonsense. Individuals personally served with a summons and petition within the state. Okay? How many of you are in a different state and you get a letter in the mail telling you have to participate in one of those Zoom meetings or video? Well, they don't have personal jurisdiction because you're not in that state. You have to be in the state. So right then and there, that's one way they have no personal jurisdiction over you. They know it too. So, like, I'll give you for instance, Pennsylvania, which is a disgusting state when it comes to child support enforcement. I mean, they're one of they may be one of the most corrupt that I've ever dealt with. You know, dealing with people over the years. They sent a letter to somebody who lives in Florida, threatening suspension, threatening arrest, which is a psychological tactic to get you to participate in a legal proceeding, which they need your consent. See, the individual submits to the jurisdiction of the state by consent, by entering a general appearance, by showing up, or by filing a responsive document or other action having the effect of waiving any contest. So you're filing a document, but you're not contesting because you didn't realize you had to. So you didn't realize you had to contest, saying I do not consent. I am contesting these proceedings. You do not have. So right then and there, based on this, they have no personal jurisdiction over you. But they love fighting you. They're famous. They love to ignore, which means when you file paperwork demanding to see evidence of personal jurisdiction, a lot of times they don't respond. Then it's up to you to take the paperwork you filed and sent to them by certified mail. You take the copies of the paperwork you filed, then you go to your like a county court in your area and you file an injunction against the support order. And hopefully the county court will behave and actually follow the evidence you're submitting, saying that they don't have personal jurisdiction over you because you demanded to see evidence. They did not provide it. They defaulted. And that's the way it's supposed to be done. It's a default order. Okay? So, anyway, let's get back to right here. This is the contract. Every court has one that you do. So you're dealing with a child support court. Go to that court, go to the clerk's office and tell them, or the Office of Records, and say you want a copy of this year's Title 4D contract for this year. Okay? And hopefully they don't give you a hard time. And you're going to have to pay like 5 cents for each page. But it's well worth it. Okay? Because now you're going to have a copy of this, which is proof that the court is not a real court. It's an administrative court now. So you're walking into, again, this is the Court of Common Pleas in Ohio, but it's really an administrative court, a Title 4D court. Okay? So let me show you something that's very interesting. See this star here, independent capacity for the contractor. The contractor and its agency, meaning the court. The court is the contractor. And its agents, employees, and subcontractors will act in performance of this 4D contract in an independent capacity and not as officers or employees or agents of the state. So when they're working as a contractor under Title 4D, they're waiving, they don't have any state, that way the state cannot be sued. So if you have a state judge, it's no longer a state judge, it's a magistrate. Which means the judge lost all its powers. But they don't tell you this. Well, now you have it right here. Now, an independent capacity for a contract is commonly used in a lot of contracts with agencies. I found out. Okay. Confidentiality. The contract agrees that information regarding an individual shall only be used for purposes related to Title 4D program. All right. Civil rights. The contractor certifies compliance with rule. This is an Ohio rule, but they're supposed to comply with your civil rights, which means you have all of your rights. Okay. But this contract shows you that the judge does not have the state judge powers anymore. They are acting as a 4D referee. Really, that's all they are. Okay? So that you can actually use this as evidence when you're asking questions. Okay? So this is just proof that it's a fraud. And now you have proof. Okay? This means that all orders issued by a state judge is without legal force because the state judge is acting in independent capacity as a contractor. So it has no legal force. Well, it only has legal force if you consent. Now, you don't consent. You have that information working for you that you're not consenting. They have no personal jurisdiction over you, and they're acting in independent capacity, not as a state judge. Okay? And this goes for the court officers as well, you know, the sheriffs, all that stuff. All right? Isn't that nice? So, now, getting back to this, the 4D contractor, they certify that all contract activity shall be performed in compliance with Title 4D of the Social Security Act. Okay? This is Title 4D. 42 U.S.C. sections 651 through 669 of the Social Security Act. But under definitions under 42 U.S.C. 1301, this is only enforceable in federal areas, federal zones, federal states. The Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, Guam, right? The Virgin Islands, American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands. Okay, only federal areas. Washington, D.C., not states. Okay? So, that's another thing working in our favor. It's just a big fraud. Okay, now, I want to show you something. Alright, now, I hear stories, and this actually happened to me. They are in contract with the banks. Okay? This is subsection 17 of 42 U.S.C. 666, which they claim is their jurisdiction to issue an income withholding order. So, in general, procedures under which the state agency, which I just showed you is the 4D agency, shall enter into agreements with financial institutions doing business in the state. So they're in business with all the banks. Okay? To develop and operate in coordination with such financial institutions, the Federal Parent Locator Service, in the case of financial, doing business in 2 or more states, data, blah, blah, using blah, 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 blah. Okay, they can provide the Social Security number to the, and then the bank says, yes, they have an account in our bank. And they can freeze, that's how they get away with freezing your account. Okay, and they receive fee. They get a fee for doing such, for providing this service. State agency may pay a reasonable fee to the financial institute for conducting the data. So the bank is being paid money for freezing your bank account. So if I was all of you, if you're paying child support and you see it coming down the pike, I would take your money out of banks. Okay? That way they can't get you. So by using your Social Security, that's how they seize you. If you get a lawsuit award, workers' compensation, stuff like that, they can seize that money. Okay? They're ruthless. Okay? They're ruthless. So I just wanted to show you guys this, that all the courts are in a contract. Go to the courthouse, get copies of it on your own, and then you can prove that the judge is not a judge, is in fact a contractor. And that's the reason why they say the Constitution don't count here. But you have to contract with them, so you're not going to contract with them. I showed you under the Uniform Interstate UEVS Family Support Act. Okay. All right, so that's about it. All right, so until next time, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.